Another one. Welcome to the Untrained Experts, a podcast for combat sports and fight news.
Welcome back to the hottest podcast coming through the airwaves in 2019, Untrained Experts, episode 20.
What is going on, guys?
Not much, bro.
Maddox at the beginning. I don't know if you guys are going to hear, but we're going to keep it in at the beginning of the podcast. Old Maddox is in the other room saying, another one. The best intro we've ever had.
Yeah.
How you been, man?
Pretty good, dude. It is so hot.
Dude, Texas needs to chill. God. Texas has no chill. Texas is the worst.
This damn heat's coming inside now. And I got AC and it works.
I don't know. I heard somebody on a podcast talking about it. I don't remember whose it was, but they were like, there's something about that Texas heat. It is something different. I can be in LA, I can be in California, wherever all day, and it is not the same. You go to Texas and you're just sweating your balls off as soon as you step outside, man. This heat is something else right now.
Yeah.
I'm ready for fall for real.
Yeah, it's a weird heat too. Because
whatever fall we have, anyway.
It's like, it's so humid. You sweat. I mean, you walk outside and you're already sweating. It's like, damn, I just came out here. Literally, like if I fall asleep in anything more than my underwear, I am waking up soaking wet with sweat. For real,
bro. Like it is bad.
Yeah, I took Maddox to the park yesterday, and for whatever reason, I thought it'd be a good idea to wear jeans, and we went to the park. Took him out to play.
A lot, but that's always a mistake. It makes your whole body.
Man, dude, my legs were sweating through the jeans. Like you could see, like my front of my shins were wet on the jeans because I was sweating so much. I was like, "Kid, God!" You.
That's why I had to go. I went and got me another fade today and got my hair cut, bro. I had to. Like, I can't even stand having any kind of long hair on me. Yeah. Because I get so hot.
I got to schedule one soon, man. My hair's out of control.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like especially when it's this hot, bro. The longer your hair too, the more you sweat, the hotter your body gets. It is terrible.
I'm getting tired of wearing hats because my head gets so hot.
Right.
I've just been wearing hats all the time.
Naked everywhere. It's all you can do.
I've just been wearing hats all the time because my hair's so crazy right now.
You see, that's what's nice though. During the winter, you can always put more clothes on. You can always get warmer. As cold as it gets. During the summer, you can get butt-ass naked and you're still going to be hot. You're still going to be sweating your ass off.
Yeah. I'd rather live somewhere where it's, like, cool all the time.
Right.
Or, like, fall weather.
Colorado, man.
Yeah.
I think Colorado is where it would be at. I think they have pretty good weather year-round for the most part. It obviously gets really cold during the winter and snowing and shit, but, I mean, summer, spring. They actually have their seasons, I hear.
Yeah.
You actually get to experience fall. You actually get to experience spring. Here, it's just, like, hot as hell, cold as hell, and then hot as hell again.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, man. It just gets old.
Super
it's like just being hot all the time. Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, Maddox started...
It's taxing on you.
Yeah, Maddox started kindergarten yesterday, and the way his school thing is set up, you got to sit in line for like an hour to pick him up, because the line gets so long.
It's terrible.
If you get there too late, you're stuck even further back or whatever, but... I mean, even with
Imagine
the AC...
somebody sitting in line with no AC in their car.
Oh, God.
I would lose my mind.
I mean, sitting there with the AC blasting, I was still hot, Just because the sun beating through the windows, it still gets hot in the car.
It takes.
You got to get the AC blowing right on your face. Yeah, you got to get the AC blowing right on your face just to be kind of all right, but like the rest of your body's still sweating. It's like, damn, this sucks, man.
It's terrible, man. I don't know what to do with this.
I thought about getting out and just running around so I could get the wind.
August is the worst.
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder if, man, it seemed like last year we only had a few months where it was cold and then it was hot again. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to wonder if we're going to have any cold months. Like, I feel like it's going to be the middle of November. We're going to be like, okay, it'll probably get 80 outside.
It'll probably get cold in February.
Yeah, it'll wait.
February and March, it'll be snowing and shit. And then it's going to go right back to warm.
And then it'll be hot again.
Yeah.
And we'll be miserable.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's funny. Shit.
Dude, I've been thinking, man, you think it's time to update our intro music?
You think?
I don't know.
We can.
I mean, I've started
something different.
Yeah.
I
found this dude that has these like beats available, and he's got some really good ones. And I'm thinking about maybe trying out a new one.
I'm down.
I mean, I got to buy it, so it's not we're gonna be able to switch it out all the time. But
no, I'm down.
Yeah,
100%. It always anytime you can give a podcast a new feel, like audio wise, whatever it may be, intro or whatever it is. I think that's cool. Like switching it up, just like
I mean, we can switch it up periodically, but
I really like what King and Sting do with theirs. Like, that's cool how that guy sings at the end.
Yeah,
and like that,
cool.
But one thing about that podcast is they switch it up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of times they have different intro music or different intros.
Especially when people send stuff in.
I think it would be cool if eventually we have intro music, and maybe we can get a couple of clips from some of our podcasts. Yeah. And at the beginning, just play them around. Funny stuff that we said or cool stuff.
Yeah, kind of like like Joe Rogan's podcast is like that, where he has like clips of different things at the beginning as it's leading in,
Yeah, I know.
It's been the same thing, same intro forever, but it's like,
but it's
clips from different people saying stuff about his podcast or whatever. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think we should do something like that.
Yeah, that'd be
keep
cool.
Experimenting. That'd be really dope.
Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe trying to. I'll show you some of these ones I found earlier or later, and we can talk about it and figure out which one we want to use.
That'd be sick.
Because this dude has some really dope beats on there, and we can pick out something dope. They're like $15, so that's not bad.
It's nothing.
I think the one that I'm using that we have on here now was like, I think I paid like 10 or 15 for it. So
really,
yeah,
that's not too bad, really. Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, you're getting like somebody made that. Like
somebody put their time into it.
Yeah, somebody put their time into that. So $10 or $15 is not much. That'd be dope though. We can keep changing stuff and adding stuff to this.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, did you those people, the shooter in Dayton I was just telling you about?
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
Like, he was all drugged up. Man,
It didn't really surprise me, though. I say that's crazy, but...
and that's funny that, I think last time we were talking about Shav and all that stuff he was putting on his Instagram and talking about with Rogan, and he kind of took all that stuff back, and on one of their later pods, he talked about, what was that guy's name? The guy who used to be wasn't a Navy SEAL.
Matt Best.
Or no, he was in the Army.
Yeah, Matt Best.
He was in the Army. He's an Army Ranger. But he kind of talked on there, and he was kind of agreeing with what we said on the podcast. How it's just like it's these people who have mental issues, man. It's these people who get all drugged up on cocaine and alcohol and pills and start doing this stuff. And they just released that today that he had alcohol, cocaine, and anti-anxiety medication inside of him. And 98% of the time, 99% of the time, it's all these shooters have something in them. So I think it comes down to we need to fix that more than anything.
Yep.
Shit's just crazy, man. But
even stuff like that. I mean, if the people that want to be on that kind of stuff, they're going to find a way to get their hands on it.
Yeah.
But it's way overprescribed in America.
Yeah. Not only is it overprescribed,
that's facts.
Stuff, but at the same time, it's like it all comes down to a mental health issue. Why are so many people unhappy here? Yeah. And that's the question, really.
Yeah.
But not to be negative on the pod. I wanted the pod to be positive. So nothing wrong with talking about some deep stuff. But I'm ready to get into some fight shit.
Yeah, man.
We watched the fights together this past weekend. Had a good time. Grilled some steaks. Had some fun.
Some whiskey.
Hell
Had some Buffalo Trace.
Dude,
that shit is so good.
Whiskey's so good. I want to try some Proper 12 next. Yeah. But Buffalo Trace, if y'all never had it, man, get your hands on some Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
That whiskey is super smooth. Man, I mixed it with some, what did I mix it? Oh, root beer.
Yeah.
I mixed it with some root beer. That shit was so good.
Yeah, I tried it with...
Y'all need to try that.
I did it with Sprite, and I tried it with cream soda, too, and it's pretty good. So it's even good straight, though. It's such a smooth whiskey.
You can just throw it on some ice, even with ice and water, bro.
Yeah.
Like, super smooth.
Yeah, really smooth. It's hard to get, like, around here anyway. It's hard to find, man. I went to 4 different places, and they were all sold out. And there was just one little hole in the wall.
It's always the hole in the wall.
Yeah, I thought about them last second, and I was pulling into another one, and I was about to go in and get some more of that Pendleton. And I thought about it, and I was like, let me call him real quick and see. And he's like, yeah, man. Or first he's like, nah, man, I just sold the last bottle. Wait, hold on. Let me look. Oh, yep. No, I got 4. I was like, all right, man, I'm on my way.
So hidden back there.
Yeah.
You knew somebody was going to come for it. That's crazy. That stuff was really good.
I already had 2 other stores put me on.
I'm going to see if I can get my hands on some of that Proper 12.
Yeah.
Did you... Oh, speaking of that, we can talk about that. Freaking Connor, bro.
Yeah, I saw that video today.
What is he doing?
I don't know, man.
Connor, what? Chill,
that's from... They said that was from April.
Was that in Ireland? Oh, it's from April?
Yeah, it's an older video. The video just surfaced.
How does stuff like that just go under the radar for so long? Just like,
and it looked like
okay, to be honest, I didn't know about John and the stripper thing for so long.
Yeah.
For a long time until they released all that information on it.
Yeah, it didn't even come out until she came out, and it was like 3 months later.
That makes no sense to me when that happens like that. Like, but I did see the video, and I'm just like, what the hell? I don't know. I mean, obviously the video doesn't have audio, so we don't know what was said. I mean, the guy could have been talking mad shit to Conor for all we know. We don't know.
Yeah, and you can see in the video Conor's over there putting out shot glasses, and he sets down
he was in a good mood.
Sets down like three, and he sets one down in front of the guy, and the guy picks it up and puts it back. And Conor grabs it again, and it looks like he sets it down, and it looks like the guy puts it back a second time. And then
it's almost like
Conor goes
fucking with him.
I don't know, man. It's like it's almost like the dude just didn't want it being in front of him, but Conor just poured the other ones, and apparently that's where it looks like something was said, because that's when Conor just hits him.
Jacked him right in the jaw.
Yeah, and then he gets carried out by all those people.
It
was crazy.
Stupid. I mean, no matter what, Conor shouldn't be doing this stuff. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows how famous he is. He knows the type of money he has. He knows the type of notoriety he has.
Yeah.
Like, it's just no matter what. When you're a UFC fighter, it is disrespectful to put your hands on a civilian. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what everybody knows what you're capable of, and there's no reason for you to be putting your hands on a civilian like that. Like, that's just, it's not respectable in any manner. Like, I love Conor, bro. I love what he puts off. Like, he, even his drama, like the shit talking he's always done. Like, it's fun to me, and his fights are amazing. They're fun to watch. But, like, it's hard not to lose respect for him when you see him putting his hands on just random people.
Yeah.
For whatever, even if it's a justified reason. To me, when you're such a, I don't know what to say really, just such a popular fighter, period.
Yeah.
Like,
or you're an athlete. I mean, you should carry yourself like an athlete.
Yeah, carry yourself like an athlete. You know that you're stronger. You know that you're tougher. You know that, you're capable of really hurting any regular person. So why put your hands on them?
Yeah.
I'll never understand that really. I think that's that's uncalled for.
It's just an alpha personality thing.
Yeah,
I think he always wants to be the baddest dude in the room, and he probably is 9 times out of 10.
Yeah,
but
still, it's like
he shouldn't be trying to big dick everybody like that.
No. Conor needs to chill with all that.
Yeah.
Even if it happened a few months ago and he's learned from that, hopefully he stays out of trouble. Period.
Yeah.
But either way, that sucks for him because that's going to continue to cause controversy.
Yeah. It was such a weird video because like it said he was in like a pub, and then like the video comes up and it's a bunch of old guys. Like everybody in the video was old except for him. It looked
really
like
confusing. It's like, Conor, who are you hanging out with?
That's what I was thinking. There's a bunch of like old white-haired guys in there drinking, day drinking.
Yeah, like where are your boys at, Conor? Why are you even there?
Yeah, it was weird.
He was probably just trying to promote Proper 12, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do want to try that though. If we can, I don't know if we order it, get on a list or waiting list or something. I don't know who would have it. I don't know if anybody around here stocks it. I doubt it.
Go to a bigger city closer to us, like Dallas or something. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
I looked at it online before, and everything was sold out that I was looking at. But that was like when it first came out. I was just trying to see how much it was and everything, and everything was already sold out at that point. But I'm sure you can order it from somewhere, and when they get it in, they'll ship you a bottle.
I have heard that it's really smooth though.
I bet.
Like really good whiskey. So I mean, hopefully that's not just hype from it being Conor's whiskey. You know, hopefully not. Might get my hands on it and be like, wow, this is trash. Yeah. Hopefully not though. I mean, being that it keeps getting sold out, to me that indicates it's probably pretty good. But. Yeah,
I don't know how with the Buffalo Trace stuff. I don't know how popular it was before Joe Rogan started talking about it in his podcast, but it seems like ever since he did. We've only been able to get one bottle.
Yeah, Buffalo Trace obviously got way more expensive. That's all it takes.
It's cheap though. I mean, it's really not bad. It's only it was less than $30 for a bottle.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
I mean, he drinks.
It's just hard to find. It's sold out everywhere every time I'm looking for it.
That's the thing, and it's like, you know what I mean. A year ago, it might not have been.
Yeah.
That whiskey's been around for however long, and I bet you could have easily got a bottle a year ago. Mm-hmm. That's crazy how him promoting stuff, how big it gets.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
I mean, he has millions of
listeners.
listeners.
You have a product and you can get a Joe Rogan ad on it, you're making a very good investment for yourself.
For sure.
But, we watched the fights, and I don't know, man. Kind of not the most entertaining card
it was okay.
that we've ever watched. It was okay. We definitely got into the whiskey and the steak a little bit more than the card, but we definitely paid attention, and I enjoyed it for the most part.
Yeah.
It wasn't a terrible card at all.
Yeah.
But it definitely was a little lackluster some of the fights. But
yeah, for sure.
It had its standout moments,
Yeah, there was a couple. Ozedemir and Latifi. That was a pretty good fight.
Yeah, that was good.
Latifi's a big dude, man.
He's so big.
To be as big as he is and have abs. Did you notice that?
Yes. I'm like,
he looks like he's
it gets 300 pounds. I'm like, I can. You can be a big guy and still have abs.
Yeah, like it's crazy. The way he's built is so weird. Like he's very wide, and I don't know what he weighs. Obviously 205. He's light heavyweight, but I don't know. It's his build is so weird because he's got these huge traps and he's got abs, but he's not
It's so weird when you see that on guys.
Yeah, but he's not. He doesn't have like a ton of muscle tone.
It just has abs with it.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like you have to look at it because I don't know how to explain it.
I saw that. It's cool though.
Yeah, but he got winded pretty early in that fight.
He got winded, and Ozedemir knocked him out in the second round, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, Ozdemir's striking looked good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
His takedown defense was super good.
Yeah, he looked crisp.
That's. I mean, honestly, Ozedemir looked better than he's looked in a while.
Yeah.
Like his takedown defense was better than it's looked in a while. Everything looked good. I mean, I'm excited to see what else he does.
If I'm not mistaken, he landed a knee, like to the head up against the cage, and that's what dropped Latifi, and then he just finished it on the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, Latifi was already tired. You could tell he was breathing hard. He kept looking up at the clock. You know, he's trying to see how much time was left in each round. You know.
And weirdly, that wasn't the fight before the Perry fight.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weirdly, we had talked about that. I remember that should have been a Coco main event.
That's what I thought.
But in our opinion,
because I didn't even know those other two guys.
They set up their cards. That's how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
But Ozedemir is a pretty big name, honestly, and he's a really good fighter.
They're probably trying to space it out so that
maybe
you'll watch
that. By that fight.
You'll just watch the last four instead of like going there just for the last three fights.
Yeah, or the last two.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Okay,
that was a good fight, but after that we had
Vicente Luque.
Vicente Luque. I'm gonna try to say it right from now on. That was It
was a good fight.
It was close.
Yeah, it was a pretty close fight.
Very close.
I think it was a split decision.
We thought it was close at the end. I was sitting there with you and Ty, and I was like, man, Perry's got this. Like in my head, I was like, Perry's got this because it really was a close fight. I mean, we know how jacked up Mike Perry's nose is. Everybody saw the pictures online. I mean, Mike Perry's nose got jacked up. By the way, he had surgery the next day.
Yeah, I saw that.
Only an hour surgery and completely successful, so
that's good.
He should be fine. I'm sure he's jacked up his nose a few times before that. It's not anything new to him. And
that's probably the worst broken nose I've ever seen, though.
Yeah, bro. He even went, he said something online. He was like, he said, FOTN, it takes two. Thanks for the bonus. You didn't have to do my face like that, though. Cursed with this chin. Should have had my guard up like you. KO or not, one significant strike can do the job. When I'm healed, we'll train so you can beat these wrestlers. Congrats.
Yeah.
He's always respectful, man.
Vicente responded to him, I think, too, and said something.
Yeah, he said, look forward to training with you. I'm sure we can learn a lot from each other. No doubt you're the toughest man I fought, and we showed everyone out there what fighting is about.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love fighting like that. I love when there's respect with the fighters. Even when a dude literally about knocks your nose off, you're still respecting him. And Mike Perry, I mean, say what you want, but like he said on social media, he's like, I'm cursed with this chin.
Yeah.
He has not, I mean, he's never been knocked out, really.
Yeah, he's so
he's
tough.
He's a monster, bro. He's one of the tough, he's as tough as it gets. And win or lose, he's always respectful. Like, that's why I'm a huge Platinum Mike Perry fan, bro.
I mean he just takes so much abuse when he gets in these fights against guys. Yeah. Like, Cowboy broke his arm. And then
this dude just
smashed his nose,
and he's like, "I'm alright."
Dude, Vicente had him in a guillotine in like the third round, and he was just squeezing so hard, and blood just
I saw that just pop,
just pouring out of his face.
So much blood from his nose.
Yeah.
God, and that was one of the worst nose breaks I've seen in a while.
And it was a deep guillotine too. I thought he was going to tap, and he toughed it out, and then was able to slip out of it, which was surprising. But I think that's what that gave that third round to Vicente, because he controlled that for so long.
I mean, honestly, Mike Perry's been, in his last few fights, he's been really good about getting out of pressure situations and getting out of submission holds and stuff like that. He's a great fighter. He's just came up short a few times. Which he won his last fight, but then he lost to Cowboy, but won against the next Cowboy. Yeah. But he's had some tough goes at it, but he's such a tough fighter. I know he'll come back.
He still has a good record, so it's not like
he has a great record.
It's not like it's time for him to be cut or anything like that. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he's still in his prime.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still got some assets.
I always like watching his. I like watching his weigh in. He's always up there doing something crazy.
Yeah, being hype.
Yeah, it's funny.
He brings a lot of entertainment to the sport. So that's why. I mean, he's even fun to follow on Instagram. He's a really respectful dude. Yeah. So if you're into MMA, Mike Perry should be somebody you're a fan of for sure.
Yeah. There was something I was going to talk about later, but I'll go ahead and jump into it now since we're on Mike Perry.
Yeah, for sure.
MMA Mania posted Mike Perry is broke. behind on his taxes. Says he has $6 in the bank.
What?
Yeah. So let me see where his quote was. He said 58 to show. Uruguay took 17. Management and team took 15%. Still got last year's taxes. Nose job, priceless. Money in the bank, $6. 400,000 fans on IG though. I don't know what to make of it.
That makes no sense.
I guess he's saying that his camp and paying taxes to Uruguay.
He's making no money.
And then paying taxes on the money he made.
Dude, if that's the case, that pisses me off.
But he got fired the night, so he should have got a bonus there. So
yeah, he should have got. He did get fired the night.
Yeah,
should have got a good bonus there. But at the same time, bro, these guys should not be having to go through hell like this. And even, like, money should never be a worry at all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Especially when
they should be making enough money and have a big enough salary throughout the year that they never worry about money.
And look how long
what he went through there. That is insane.
Look how long he's going to be out for this nose.
Yeah, he's gonna be. Dude, it might be another year before Mike Perry fights.
It will be
at least 6 months, 7 months.
I think the minimum is like 6 months for a broken nose.
Yeah,
but then
it'd be smart.
You don't want to get hit on it right after.
That's what I'm saying. Once you break your nose that bad, you could. I mean, that was a bad broken nose. Plus, he had surgery on it. Honestly, you want to wait a year before you ever, because that's the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to get hit in your nose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
probably in training.
Probably in training.
And then not even get a fight and not make any money.
I hope somebody.
I feel bad for him, man. I hope he
can recover fast, and I hope he can figure things out financially. I hope he doesn't have to struggle, and that everything will be all right with him.
I'd like to see him get some endorsement deals or something where he can make some money on the side.
Anything. Man.
See, that's the thing that pisses me off
He's
about
so
UFC.
Wild, but he has such a personality too. He deserves something like that.
Yeah, for sure. The UFC needs to go back to letting them have their sponsors on their shorts and stuff when they fight, because that's where all the fighters made their money.
Yeah,
and UFC changed that and gave them a Reebok deal where they make like $5,000 or something.
Dude, these fighters are getting screwed on money, especially since this ESPN Plus deal.
That was the whole thing with, I believe, with Brendan Schaub when he was fighting, and him and Dana White had the falling out because they took away his sponsors when they went to the Reebok deal and everything.
Yeah, I would have been like,
and he lost all the money.
With my sponsors.
Yeah, he was making way more money on the sponsors than he was fighting. So I mean, like, UFC could be the middleman. They can still be the middleman. They can make money off of it too. Yeah. If you set the fighters up with the sponsors, or allow them to have sponsors and then take a small percentage of it, if you're that worried about the money,
I just don't get it, man.
But instead they want to just have Reebok as the sponsor.
Reebok does not make that much
give
money,
them shit.
They're obviously not paying out that well.
Give them some bullshit.
Get them a Nike deal or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Reebok has like 3 good-looking shoes in their whole inventory.
Yeah, like, why do you have a Reebok deal?
It's got like ugly-ass clothes and some like 3 decent shoes.
Get an Under Armour deal even. I mean, something like, just either way, these guys should be way more taken care of. Mm-hmm. Or they should have the freedom to get their own sponsors.
That's what I think.
Period. They should just have freedom.
Yeah,
they should have their own freedom to
they
do
should be able to
they want.
wear whatever shorts they want with whatever sponsors they want on them when they come out, and they should get paid. Because if that company wants to sponsor that athlete, they should be able to.
Yeah. I mean, it makes no sense.
Yeah, man, it really is crazy. I don't know why they don't allow them, but
they should. What'd you think about that Shevchenko?
It was kind of boring.
Very boring.
Kind of slow.
That was just, for a main event.
Yeah.
Could have been so much better.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised.
It was just super slow. I thought Shevchenko would come out and get it done pretty quick. Mm-hmm. Kind of like I was saying before the fight and stuff. I was thinking, maybe she was somewhat scared in a way.
Yeah.
Or had some type of anxiety towards fighting Liz, being that she lost to Liz before. Mm-hmm. Nobody's ever seen that footage, which I don't even know if it was an MMA fight, do we?
I think it was. I just don't think it was in the UFC.
Yeah, it was just.
I think it was before.
It was a while back ago, obviously. It was before Shevchenko got where she is now.
Yeah.
She's obviously a way more high caliber fighter now, but she seemed a little stagnant during the fight, and couldn't really tell that she was getting things going. But she did. She landed some really good shots. She took Liz down a few times.
Yeah, it was.
Overall, it was an easy win for her, I think.
Yeah, it was. Stats wise, like
we're just used to seeing her run through girls.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, stats wise, Shevchenko definitely landed way more significant. Liz Carmouche actually threw more. Yeah,
but she didn't land as many significant ones. So
yeah, Shevchenko landed 84 punches 84 strikes out of everything she threw, and 42 of those were significant.
Yeah, and Liz threw like 100 and something and only landed
15. 15 were significant.
So that's a big range there.
Yeah. But I was surprised with the output. Like, you land 84 and 42 are significant. Hey, 50%. That's pretty damn impressive.
Shevchenko's.
People,
she's very high caliber.
Yeah,
she knows what she's doing in there. Even if it looks like she's not knocking somebody out or running right through somebody. I mean, look what she did to what's her name? What was her last fight?
Oh, Jessica.
Yeah. I mean, look what she did to her. She's obviously capable of destroying anybody.
Kicked her damn forehead off.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But overall, the card was okay. It could have been way better. I don't imagine it had a lot of buys or a lot of watches, really.
There's been so many boring cards here lately.
I know, man. It's like, we got a good one coming up, though.
Yeah.
But
all these in between, like the big cards, they're always... Well, I mean, at least it was on ESPN Plus. At least it wasn't like a pay-per-view, because that would have a really shitty pay-per-view. It was okay for ESPN Plus, because at least there was 3 like really good... That's one of those
cards, at least we got to just watch it.
Yeah. Some of them were... I mean, the fights were kind of boring. Because even that one, there wasn't a lot of like technical stuff to be interested in. You know, it was kind of just back and forth, slow. You know,
we got Mike Perry and Vicente got a little wild in there, and that's one thing you get with Mike Perry. He's always gonna try to get fight in the night. He's always gonna try to entertain the crowd, and he did for the most part, and he broke his nose in the process, unfortunately. But overall, it was an okay card. But we got a few fight announcements and other things to talk about. I think as well.
Yeah, they announced Alistair Overeem is going to fight Walt Harris December 7th.
Nice.
And on that same card, Claudia Gadelha and Cynthia Calvillo are also fighting.
Awesome.
Those are 2 like pretty interesting fights.
I love watching Overeem. It doesn't matter who Overeem's fighting. It's a good fight, and Walt Harris is a savage. So
I think Overeem's won 2 in a row since he got knocked out by Francis. I think he won his next 2 fights.
Respectable person to get knocked out by 2. You know, he's just knocking out literally everybody now.
Yeah.
So.
And then, Claudia and Cynthia, that's a good fight. Those are 2 little savages.
Yeah, Claudia's been she's been going hard lately.
Yeah.
I'm excited for those
fights.
Those will be both on the same card. So
on the same card. Probably main and co-main, I'd imagine. Unless they have something else they want to put on there as like a title fight or something.
Yeah.
Then they said Aspen Ladd, she had that really hard weight cut after that fight a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember.
She was like shaking on the So they've suspended her, and they're making her get a like a nutritionist and get on some kind of nutritional diet thing where she won't have to cut so much weight.
How about just go up in weight?
Yeah, but there's not really anybody at 145.
Yeah.
She's already at 135. She goes to 145. She's going to fight Amanda, and maybe what's the somewhere with the tattoos?
I know you're talking about.
I can never think of her name.
I never think of her name either.
But yeah, that's like who else is she going to fight at 145?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
she needs to be lower.
A better place, but I don't know. Maybe she needs
to come in.
Right. Maybe she does.
She needs to come in at a lower starting weight before she starts cutting.
Yeah, that makes.
I imagine she wants to carry the size, and I think they said she went back up to, like she weighed in. I want to say she made 135, like about to die, and then she like rehydrated and gained like 20 something pounds. Before the fight, like 156 or something. She came in like 156, I think, or something like that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I mean, it's not healthy to cut that much weight, so.
It's really not. Not if you're jumping up that much. There's something she needs to get with. Who's that? Was it TJ Dillashaw's guy? I think it was one of those really good nutritionists. She needs to work with one of them. Obviously, she doesn't need to be on EPOs, but she needs to. Just kidding. Yeah. She needs to work with like just a really good nutritionist.
What's his name? Sam Calvillo.
Yes,
that guy.
That's him. Yeah. She needs to work with somebody like that can get her to the weight she needs to be at, but in a healthier way. I
think the article I read said that the UFC was gonna like set up a nutritionist for her and everything and help her with her diet and everything so that she could come in healthy and not have to do that again, because that's dangerous. They don't want her to have something happen,
Yeah.
We've seen other people that have had problems.
Once you're exposed like that, once your body gets exposed like that, you get knocked out. That's so dangerous, man. I mean, you could die. I mean, anything could happen, and we don't want to see something like that happen in the octagon for sure.
Yeah, I wish the best for her. I mean, hopefully she can figure it out and get back in there, because that was her first loss, and that's a disappointing loss when you fought your ass off to get to the weight and then get beat. Get knocked out.
It was not a good loss at all.
Yeah.
Hope she gets things figured out for sure.
Yep. Well, Santiago Ponzinibbio says that he will be the one to drop down to 155 and knock out Khabib.
Okay.
Good luck, bro.
Yeah, let's see it, bro.
I mean,
I've heard a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
Yeah.
You know how many people have said that and not done that?
Yeah. Who knows if he's being serious? It may just be a joke, but
that's what everybody's been saying. I mean,
it's not like he's gonna.
Saying you're not capable of it, but I mean, there's so much talk in the UFC.
But it's not like you're
can't
gonna
take this kind of talk serious anymore unless people are about it.
Probably just trying to start the pot. I mean, it's not like he's gonna cut to 155 and then leapfrog 170.
170, yeah.
It's not like he's gonna leapfrog everybody to get to Khabib.
No.
You know?
Like, I mean, you're going to go down to 155.
Go to 155.
You better go down there and smoke Dustin. You better go down there and smoke Tony. And you better go down there and smoke somebody else before you get to Khabib. Connor, at least, probably.
Or I don't know.
Cowboy, Gaethje.
There's so many people.
How many guys do you want to fight? Because there's a lot of savages down there before Khabib. So, I mean, people always love to talk. You know how they are. It's one of those deals. But, I mean, first of all, we got to see what Dustin does against Khabib before we even talk. And if Dustin, if Khabib dominates Dustin, it's one of those deals where it's like, to me, it's Tony or nobody.
Yeah. It should
Santiago,
be.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's.
If you want to come to 155, you got to come down there and earn your strides.
Yeah, you got to go to the back of the queue. You don't get to go right to the front just because you talk shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You never know with the way UFC works. They're probably like, oh yeah, we got a story here.
You're talking trash?
Yeah.
Here. Title fight,
yeah.
You
know what? You can just stay at 170. He can be at 155. We don't care.
Surely not.
Nah.
That ain't going to happen.
Yeah,
but, props to you, bro.
All props.
Props to him for talking shit.
So I know everybody's probably big Fast and Furious fans out there, but Francis.
I always was, but I'm to the point now where I'm like, Hobbs and Shaw, not really looking forward to seeing it. I mean, I'll watch it, but it's not something I'm just dying to get to the theaters to watch.
Yeah, so Vin Diesel saw that Hobbs and Shaw went and signed Idris Elba to be the bad guy in that, so they went and got Francis Ngannou.
Francis Ngannou's going to be the bad guy in Fast 9.
I guess they want to one-up him.
Oh,
so who's the baddest dude on the planet?
Well, Francis is.
He's one of them for sure.
Yeah, he can knock out anybody on that cast.
Yeah, and I'm sure him and Vin Diesel are going to get in a fist fight, and Vin Diesel's probably going to beat him.
Yeah, somehow in the movie, Vin Diesel's going to find a way to fucking rock him or something.
Yeah, those movies, man. Like when I was young, when I was a kid, funny, like I've always been into cars since I was little. So when those movies came out, I was like, oh, this is awesome, And then they've gotten so ridiculous. It's not even about cars anymore. So
ridiculous. It's always something crazy.
It's like a superhero team of regular dudes that drive cars.
I hate it, man.
Yeah, it's gotten ridiculous.
I'm so over those movies. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
I used to love them. I'm not gonna lie. Like the first two, some of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And even the last one, the last Fast they made, I watched and I'm not gonna lie, I was somewhat entertained by it. But some stuff I was just like, come on, dude.
If you're watching it for an action movie,
high to enjoy this. I mean,
if you're watching it for an action movie, there's some entertainment, but you don't watch it for a car movie because it's not,
it's not even what it is
way past
anymore.
that.
Yeah, it's not that anymore. It's just all about explosions and BS.
Yeah, and I saw something where, how The Rock and Tyrese were going back and forth.
Ridiculous.
Because Tyrese was saying he's leaving the Fast family and all that shit.
They have so much family. It's like it really is a family though.
Yeah.
They have so much drama. It's not even funny.
He tried to clown The Rock for Hobbs and Shaw opening $160 million box office opening weekend. Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
For that movie.
That's almost every.
Sorry, I didn't open up, Avenger numbers.
Yeah, I mean that's the Ventures was like 250. That's not that much higher.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a lot. That's a lot of money. But
it doesn't matter what movie The Rock's in. He's one of those. He drops a movie, it's gonna sell well.
Yeah, I think they're
make the money.
I think Hobbs and Shaw budget was like 200 and something million. So I mean, they damn near made it all back first weekend opening.
Yeah,
weekend.
I mean, you can see scenes from
that
movie.
win.
It looks pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Obviously,
I'll end up watching it eventually just because I like The Rock and I like Jason Statham. I'll watch it as an action movie though. It's not, and I don't think that was even considered like a car movie like Fast and Furious.
No, it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be more.
It's just an action movie.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm sure there's going to be some little quips back and forth between Statham and The Rock. I mean, I think it'll be funny. It'll be interesting to watch, but I mean, I'm not rushing out to the movies to see it. I'll see it when it comes out.
Exactly, it's one of those things.
Or when it's on demand.
I got you.
Yeah, for sure.
Kat Zingano?
Yeah, she got released from the UFC.
She announced that today, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
I don't know. She didn't really go into detail. She said she's working on a personal project, and it was interfering with her being able to fight I guess she was going to have to put off her next fight for a while or something to work on this project. She didn't elaborate what the project actually was, so I don't really know there. But I guess she, was going to have to focus on that, and the UFC didn't really want that. So she says it was a mutual thing.
That sucks though, because I love watching Cat fight in the UFC.
She did say she still wants to fight. So she's still going to plan on pursuing an MMA career, but she's got to do whatever she's working on. She wants to focus on.
Maybe in 6 months or a year, we might see her sign back with the UFC, huh?
Yeah, or Bellator or somebody else. Who knows?
She's just a savage. I mean, she doesn't. She's one of those. She competed with the best. So I love seeing her fight, and she's a super nice woman. So best of luck to her in whatever she's doing, though.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Anybody's ventures. I know what it's like going for something and shooting for something. So best of luck to her.
For sure.
Anybody else see Nate Diaz, though? Man, that video of him at the open workouts with the joint lit up.
Yeah.
Just walking around like a straight up, I don't know. What's he trying to do?
He doesn't.
That's Nate Diaz.
Yeah, he just really doesn't care. He doesn't care about what anybody thinks.
He just really flaunts it, man. It's like he's trying to put on extra. Just doesn't care. And Brett Agamotto said something on Instagram. He was like, yeah, I saw Nate Diaz at the open workouts. I don't know what he was smoking. It smelled familiar, but I couldn't really tell what it was. I think he was being sarcastic on Instagram. He was like, I couldn't really tell what it was, but it smelled really familiar. I thought that was pretty funny. But, I'm ready for that fight.
Yeah, Nate Diaz is wild.
Yeah, that's an exciting card we got coming up, man.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? UFC 241.
241, yeah. There's some pretty good fights on here. Yeah,
it's this Saturday.
It's this Saturday, man. Unfortunately, we have to work. So.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching that then.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Prelims, there's only one, kind of decent fight I really wanted to see on there. Not that anybody else isn't good. I just don't know most of them. But
there's some good fights.
Yeah, Corey Sandhagen and Rafael Assunção.
That's a good fight. Corey Sandhagen's been on the come up lately, man. He's really been making a name for himself. I like Corey Sandhagen too. Super nice guy. He's got a lot of skills. He's real technical. And Assunção is one of those. He's similar to an RDA. One of those that you really got to get through to make a name for yourself. Yeah. Especially in that division. And Assunção is one of those really tough guys. So if Sandhagen can do something against him, I think that either way, I think it's going to be a great fight. I see Sandhagen taking it.
I would think so.
Just because he's really on a roll right now. I think that's going to be a great fight, though.
Has Assunção fought since he fought Moraes? Or was that his last fight?
I think he had one fight.
Did he have one fight?
I think he had one fight since then.
I couldn't remember.
Pretty sure he won.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he won his last fight.
I feel like we talked about it not too long ago, but I couldn't remember if that was the
I'm pretty positive he's had one since then.
Okay.
But I'm not 100% sure.
All right. Well, either way, it'll be a fun fight to watch.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. And then to kick off the main card, I don't think it's the first fight on there, but Derek Brunson and Ian Heinisch are going to fight.
Ian Heinisch.
Yeah. That's going to be an interesting fight.
I like Derek Brunson.
Yeah,
he's a really good wrestler. Mm-hmm. He's one of those, you give him a chance, he's gonna drag you to the ground in 2 seconds. Yeah. So I'm excited to see Brunson fight. I mean, it's not one of those that just grabs my attention, and just gets me super excited, but Derek Brunson is a really good fighter. And honestly, I think he'll get that done probably via decision. Mm-hmm. It'll still be a good fight, though. Surprised. But the main card of this fight is really good. And actually, that was Assunção's last fight, I believe.
Marlon.
Yeah, when he lost. So he really needs a win, to be honest. Yeah. It's going to be really hard to get into it against Corey. He's got another good fight ahead of him.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm actually excited to see that one more than Brunson for sure.
Yeah.
But
we got the Battle of the Bodies.
Battle of the Bodies. Please don't back out last second somehow. Yeah. Friday, don't come out of nowhere and be like, I'm sick. I'm hurt. Please don't. I'm tired of it.
I got the shits.
I haven't got to see it, right? I got the shits. I can't make it to the fight. It's been so long since we got to see Yoel fight, man. And he's a savage. He's he's the one guy that's giving Robert Whittaker hell. Mm-hmm. And he's an absolute savage, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And but Paulo Costa undefeated.
Yeah.
Another bod. You got the bod.
Yeah. Both those dudes are so
they look like they're on roids. Yeah. But, whatever.
If they're passing tests, we can't really say much. But
yeah,
You know they're getting tested.
Picos are Picos, no big deal.
Yeah, Battle of the Picos.
Battle of the Picos, we'll call it that. Yoel though, I think Yoel's gonna show up. If it depends though. Yoel's been off for a while, and I mean.
Yeah, and we have no clue how old he is.
We have no clue. Right? Like
he's either 38 or 52. Yeah, who knows?
We don't know. We really don't. And anything could happen in this fight. Paulo Costa is just a savage as well. I mean, this is really a good matchup if you look at it. Yoel is one of those who just doesn't give up, though. He's going to keep coming at you. He's hard to put down. So, this might be a war. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I
hope it's a really good fight. I don't want to see a boring fight.
I don't want to see a boring fight either. And that's with this main card, man. Like, after that, we got Pettis Diaz.
Yeah, that's not going to be a boring fight.
It's not going to be a boring fight. There's no way. Somebody's getting knocked out probably, or somebody, or it's going to be a bloodbath.
It's definitely going to be a bloodbath.
Somebody.
Both of those guys bleed in every fight.
First of all, Nate Diaz is going to be stoned in the fight, most likely. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to smoke 6 hours before, but he'll probably find a way to smoke.
I'm sure he's going to smoke enough weed on Friday that he's still going to be high on Saturday.
He's going to be high while he's in there.
And it's legal in California, so
100%.
he's going to be high.
He'll figure it out. Either way, he's going to go in there and he's going to do what Nate Diaz does, and he's going to try to beat the shit out of Anthony Pettis. But Anthony Pettis is one of those guys you can't really beat the shit out of.
Yeah, he's been on a roll lately, too.
And I mean, he's coming off a win against Wonder Boy. I mean, nobody really beats Wonder Boy. Nobody definitely beats Wonder Boy with a Superman punch.
And really, in that fight, Anthony was kind of getting pieced up. I mean, because Wonder Boy's got that weird, awkward stance, He's hard to fight for anybody.
He's just hard to hit.
Even Woodley. That's why those fights were so boring, because Woodley was having to be careful. I mean, Anthony wasn't careful, and he paid for it. I mean, really, if you see the fight, he got touched up a lot.
He did,
but he's opportunistic. He's always been opportunistic, just like the kick off the cage when he knocked out Benson Henderson.
Yeah,
it's like he waited for his time. He saw an opportunity, took it. That's what Anthony Pettis does.
That's what he lives off of.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this happen again.
Yeah, he could do anything. Could happen in this fight. He could knock out Nate Diaz. Trust me, he can. He can do it.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from him. Like he's a bad motherfucker. He's been one of my favorite fighters for years. I mean,
but like we said before, I mean, it's hard to knock out Nate Diaz. Yeah. It's almost impossible to knock out Nate Diaz. You know what I mean? That's why this fight is so interesting, because anything could happen. If Nate comes in like the old Nate, he might knock out Anthony Pettis. He might. Yeah. So I'm super excited just because we haven't seen Nate Diaz in so long.
3 years,
3 years
almost.
Connor, that was his last fight.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hope there's no ring rust.
Yeah.
Normally,
Well, he says he's been training.
Well, yeah, he's
nonstop for the last 3 years.
But when it comes to Nate, he's one of those guys. It's like, does he really get ring rust? Yeah. No. I mean, he's probably fighting in his backyard for the past 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. He's been training hard for the last 3 years, according to him.
He's not one of those guys that gets lackluster, really. Yeah. So I think he'll come in.
It's going to be a fun fight either way.
I'm super excited.
What I thought was interesting is they both have exactly 30 fights. Anthony's 22-8, and Nate is, 19-11?
Yeah.
So
that's correct.
Yeah. Which I thought was interesting. I didn't realize they had the
same amount of fights.
It seems like Anthony fights so much more than Nate, and Nate's still got 30 fights.
Lately, he's caught up to all. I mean,
which I think
Nate put in some work,
and he came in young too. I think, I think Anthony did too, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Anthony had a couple of years where he wasn't fighting much.
Yeah.
And then he got really active again.
Yeah, he's been really active lately.
They're neck and neck though, man. It's going to be a good matchup. I'm more excited for that one than any of them, to be honest. Which I can't lie, I'm excited for DC.
Yeah, you got to be excited for DC Stipe, but I think the most fun fight on the card is going to go to. I think fight of the night is going to be Pettis Diaz for sure. Yeah,
100%. I agree with that.
Yeah.
DC and Stipe though, man, Stipe's, I don't know. The man looks like he's been through hell.
Yeah,
you just like listening to him talk.
Yeah,
like
I've thought the same thing, but I don't know, man. I don't know what he sounded like earlier in his years. I think he just has a weird accent.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah, I think he just has some kind of a weird that doesn't.
You can't. A lot of people correlate it with CT, but that doesn't necessarily mean
it. I mean, I don't know. I know Shaw
in some wars, but
Shaw brought up something about that on his podcast earlier this week, where he was saying something about the way Stipe talked, and he thinks it's from fighting and stuff. But I don't know if that's necessarily true, because it doesn't seem like that. Like when he talks, what he's talking about is crisp. Yeah, he's not like stuttering and forgetting what he's trying to say and everything. Like he's a smart dude and he knows what he's talking about, but he's just kind of a quiet guy. and he has like this accent. So I didn't know he was American for a long time.
And after that first fight, a lot of people talked down on Stipe because he got knocked out. But you gotta realize this guy was the most decorated heavyweight champ.
Mm-hmm.
He deserved this rematch immediately, and it sucks that he's had to wait this long for it. It sucks that he has a year layoff, and that scares me because DC might do it again. Yeah, him coming off that layoff, man, I don't know. It's one of those things where a year off, especially after getting knocked out like that, and he's had all this time to think about it. Like, that could be a good thing or that could be a bad thing.
Yeah. I saw a little clip from that UFC Unbedded show or whatever, and DC ran into Stipe, I guess, at the hotel, and he came up and shook his hand or whatever, and then it follows DC to the hotel room or whatever. He goes in there and he's like, I just saw Stipe, shook his hand. He's gotten stronger. And I don't know if he's just joking around, but like...
DC's such a nice guy, man. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's like, he's gotten stronger. He feels stronger than last time. I think he's making a joke like he was worried about it. He started laughing. Everybody started laughing. Yeah.
DC's never concerned or worried about all that. Yeah. He's going to go in there and give you his fight no matter what.
Yeah, for sure.
The same fight regardless. He's not worried. He's never concerned whether he's fighting John Jones for a third time. He's going to give you the same confident fighter he always does.
Mm-hmm. If DC wins this, he goes down as the most decorated. I mean, the best heavyweight ever.
Yeah, 100%.
At top of the list. I mean, there's no dispute.
I don't even know what happens if he went. Regardless of who wins, I don't know what happens with the division. I mean, they got to do something with Francis, I guess. You know, see where things go with him. He could very well be your next champion. I could see that happening. It
depends on what DC wants to do because he's been talking about retirement, but
Yeah, it all comes down to what DC does, really.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that card, though, man. We'll definitely be giving our opinions on it next week. However it goes down, I'm sure it'll be an awesome card. I'm excited to watch
for sure. Yeah, me too. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of free time at work to catch some of the fights.
Right.
It's too many fights to be able to sit down and watch them all, I think. But
yeah, I'll at least be able to listen and retain some information and watch what we can.
Definitely.
You got a new segment, though, don't we?
Yeah, this is something I thought of listening to another podcast, and I thought it'd be kind of cool. Well, the one after this, actually. This one, I think we're going to do our top 10 pound for pound, each list, personally. We're going to do this kind of like a...
I made each other's list. Yeah, I have no idea what he did for his list. Yeah, so we're just kind of rolling with it.
I don't know his. He doesn't know mine. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna average them out and come up with an Untrained Experts list. Like this will be the list that together. We're basically gonna give each person a number, like 1 through 10. Number 1 gets 10 points, all the way down to number 10 at 1 point, and then we're gonna compare our list, and then we'll average out the points from each list, and then whatever points in whatever order those come up to, that'll be our top 10.
Makes sense.
And if we look at it too and we think that those guys can be swapped and we both agree, we'll just do that.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of an interesting
way to do it, because either way, most of the time whoever our number 1 is going to be the number 1.
Yeah.
The way it works out, but it'll be cool to mess with the rest of them too.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna pull it up on here so that we're just gonna go back and forth, start at 10, and then we'll work our way down to number 1.
Okay. What's your number 10?
Number 10, I got Kamaru Usman.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I think he definitely need to be on the list for as dominant as he's been. He's, I couldn't put him any higher just because of who else I have on the list, I think. But, I feel like that's a good place for him.
My number 10 is Robert Whittaker.
Oh, okay.
Very decorated.
Yeah.
Still, your champion.
Yeah, I got him on my list too, but he's a little higher than that.
Yeah, that's my number 10 because I have a lot of good guys on my list, so it's hard to decide with some of these guys.
Yeah,
but,
and we also did this as current fighters. We're not doing retired or we're doing current active fighters.
The current active, honestly, just UFC fighters for this segment. So, what's your number 9?
Number 9, Valentina Shevchenko.
It's a good one. I got Tyron Woodley.
Okay.
Been the champ.
Yeah.
Many a times.
I actually
knocked out some of the best.
Yeah.
One of the most decorated as well. Had a tough loss against Usman, so I can see why you put Usman on the list for sure. He's undefeated and your current champ. So
I think
that could go any way though.
Yeah.
And Woodley could definitely come back and end up your champ again.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that. I think that Woodley is deserving of a spot. But I didn't feel like I could put him over Kamaru. It really came down to that. Like I was,
hard decision.
It was between those two because
I just had to pick Woodley because I like Woodley.
Yeah, I do too. I like Woodley. I actually prefer Woodley as a fighter, but when I'm looking at, their fight together. I'm comparing them. Kamaru obviously beat him and kind of dominated the whole time.
He did.
And Woodley's last few fights have been kind of lackluster. He hasn't really been himself. The last few fights.
When I do that, I kind of look back at the Woodley from a year or so ago, and like the Woodley who was dominating everybody, who ran through Robbie Lawler, and who was just beating.
Yeah, when you're looking at that Woodley, definitely, but
it's hard
with the way that Kamaru actually, the way he beat him, I just felt like I had to put Kamaru on the list.
Definitely, that's understandable. What's your number 8?
You're not gonna like it. Henry Cejudo. I mean, when you're looking at pure stats, man, like he has to be on there somewhere because he's champion in 2 different divisions.
He's very dominant.
Yeah.
He's beaten some of the.
I couldn't leave him off just because he's been champion 125. He beat Demetrius Johnson. He's beat TJ Dillashaw at 135. He's a 2-division champ now.
Dude, he's up there.
Yeah.
My number 8, Stipe.
Okay.
Stipe, he's got the longest run at heavyweight, holding the belt.
Yeah.
That speaks for itself, in my opinion, when it comes to pound for pound. Some of the best, and that's my main reason for putting Stipe on there.
I got you.
What's your number 7?
I'm mad at that. Amanda Nunes.
Obviously, she's got to be on your list.
Yeah, she has to be.
She can be
most dominant female fighter ever. Yeah,
very dominant. Nunes, just an absolute savage. I don't know if anybody will ever beat her. Probably not. I really don't see it happening, to be honest. I see her retiring without getting beat again.
Yeah, I think she's going to retire pretty soon too.
Yeah. She's making a shit ton of money, and she's done very well for herself. Yeah. So that's a good person to have on your list. My number 7 is Henry Cejudo.
Oh, yeah? You actually had him higher than me.
He's on there.
I'm kind of surprised.
I had to, man.
Yeah, he definitely has to be. I mean, you can't. There's no arguing.
It's funny because people know I hate him. But
yeah.
I know how decorated he is, and I know all his accomplishments, and as annoying as he is, I had to put him on there.
He's so cringy.
Number 6.
Number 6, Max Holloway.
Same.
Is it?
Yeah, I got him 6, Max. So, number 6.
Yeah.
You gotta put Max on there.
Yeah, Max.
Man, he's the 145, just savage.
King.
And despite where Conor went with his career, Conor could have been that guy probably at 145. Had he stayed there and not moved around divisions.
Yeah.
Conor had his own career, so he, I can't really ever call him the pound for pound just because of the career he's had now.
Yeah.
But Max is the 145 king
for sure.
Period.
Yeah.
So he's held that division down and beat Jose Aldo twice and ran through some of the best. And Max is always dominant, and he's got to be on your pound for pound list, I think.
Who you got at 6? Oh, you got Max Holloway also. Yeah. Number 5, Robert Whittaker.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little higher.
That's a smart place to have him. Yeah. I just put him at 10 just because I have so many, and I wasn't exactly sure where to have the rest of them.
Yeah, I thought about this for a while, and I had him a little lower, then I moved him up, and then I moved somebody else down. I moved him around a lot before I finally just left it this way. But
on my number 5, Nunes.
Oh, okay.
That's where I got.
I'm not mad at that.
Because I had to put her at 5 at least.
Yeah.
I had to put her top 5 just because she's a savage.
Okay.
What's your number 4?
Tony Ferguson.
Tony's not on my list, man.
Really?
He's not. How much I love him, but
yeah.
I didn't put him on the list just because, okay, if they gave him the chance that he deserved already, and he had that belt, I would give it to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He'd probably be top 3 for me.
Even not being
I agree.
He was interim champ.
I just had so many others that I wanted to put.
Even
on
not
too.
being champ, I felt like I had to put him on there just because he hasn't lost in so long.
He hasn't.
It's been.
He doesn't lose.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, I don't even remember how many years we said it's been. It's been so many years.
He 100% deserves to be on the list, And if it wasn't for all these other guys, he would be on my list.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Khabib.
Okay.
Undefeated.
All right. Yeah.
The most dominant lightweight we've ever seen.
That's he's
hasn't been beat yet.
I got him at 3.
That's what I'm saying. If him and Tony had fought if Tony got the chances he deserved already, he would be up there on mine. But I had to put Khabib there, undefeated, just dominates almost everybody he fights, and you just gotta have him on.
Yeah, he's got to be on there somewhere. Definitely top 5, I think, but I got him at 3.
Yeah, you got him at your 3. My number 3 is DC.
Oh, okay.
Big old DC.
I figured our top 2, maybe top 3 would be the same.
He's one of the best ever, man.
Yeah.
The stuff he did in Strikeforce, just absolute savage. He's lost to John Jones. Some questionable losses, but. John did knock him out, obviously. We know how good John is. But DC is number 2, in my opinion, when it comes to some of the best. I got him at 3, but he's definitely up there. One of the best pound for pound, always.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 2.
Number 2, I got DC.
I got Mighty Mouse.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't count Mighty Mouse because he's not in the UFC anymore.
Oh, okay. That
and
makes
this
sense.
is our UFC.
See, I just using the UFC so long, I had to, man.
Yeah, and definitely.
In there.
Yeah.
I almost pretend he's in the UFC.
I'm trying to I didn't want too much confusion because, with him not actually being in the UFC anymore.
Yeah. When it comes to another number 2, I mean, I guess I would have to put Tony. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tony would be my number 2 if I had to put it, right? Yeah. If I had to move my list up, Tony would be on my list. But I chose Mighty Mouse just because how dominant he was in the UFC.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
He was one of the most pound for pound best dominant in the UFC.
He has to be on. If you're looking at the UFC pound for pound list, even all time, he's got to be. Yes. He's got to be on your top 10.
I mean, even his Cejudo loss, man, a little questionable. Yeah. It's almost like they were just trying to send him out the door. Go to one championship, bro. Yeah. But
on an active list, I didn't put him there just because he's not in one, or since he's in one now. But if he was still in the UFC, he's definitely in my top 10. He's probably 2, honestly.
And number 1, we all know.
Yeah.
Mr. John Jones.
Yeah, for
he's
sure.
the best. And if anybody who argues is crazy, I think. I mean, he's pound for pound best, regardless of all his antics, regardless of all the shitty stuff he's done. He is your pound for pound best fighter, and he is undefeated. Yeah. He does not have a loss, regardless of what anybody says. Mm-hmm. So, until somebody can beat John Jones, he is your pound for pound best UFC, best MMA fighter. Period.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just how it is. I like that segment. That's fun. That's a fun segment to go through and talk about some of those.
If we're going to average these lists with a couple of different guys in there, we're obviously going to have a couple of ties, but we'll just have them listed as ties.
That's fine.
Tie for that same. So
yeah, for sure.
We're gonna do this real quick, and we'll be right back. And we're back.
Got our list.
Yeah. So that's some confusing math, man.
It really is.
It's like when you got one guy up here and one guy over here, and you're like add it up, divide it. Then these guys have the same number, so we got to move around. But
weird.
So the final Untrained Experts pound for pound list. Tell your mama, tell your friends.
Tell everybody. Number
1, John Jones, obviously.
Yep.
Number 2, we got a tie between DC and Mighty Mouse, which I'm cool with. I think that's very respectable. Number 3, Khabib. 4, Tony. 5, Amanda Nunes. 6, we both have Max. 7, Robert Whittaker. 8, Henry Cejudo. And then 9, we have a tie between Tyron Woodley and Kamaru Usman. And then number 10, Valentina Shevchenko and Stipe.
Super fair list.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that is, they're some of the best fighters ever.
Yeah.
I think it's a really fair list.
Yeah, for sure.
Anybody who disagrees, let us know on Facebook or Instagram.
I'm gonna make a list of everything we put out here, and I'm gonna actually post it online so people can see it.
Yeah, we'll put it up on the IG and the Facebook, and y'all just contact us and give us some feedback.
If you disagree, tell us.
If you disagree, let's have some debates.
Yeah, tell us why we're wrong.
100%.
Tell us why somebody doesn't belong. I don't know how you can,
why
but
somebody doesn't belong, or why somebody should be higher than the other, or why the list should be different.
Or why we left somebody off that we shouldn't have. Let us know. Who do you think?
There's plenty of good fighters that
for sure
could possibly have been better for the list. We don't know.
Yeah.
We want to debate on it.
Well, we got one more segment with
a little fun segment.
Yeah, with Avengers Endgame releasing this week, we thought it'd be fun to do a little UFC Avengers.
I gotta get that DVD too.
Me too. Yeah, I need to go get it maybe tonight. We wanted to do a little segment on who we would cast as Avengers from the UFC. So, all right, UFC Avengers. Who you got as Hulk?
My Hulk is gonna be Rampage Jackson.
That's a good pick.
Just a absolute savage. Breaking down doors and shit. If he's gonna be Hulk, if anybody's gonna be Hulk, Rampage. I think.
Yeah, I can see that.
What do you think?
I got Francis.
He would be a savage.
I think that's a pretty decent Hulk.
Yeah, just because he's such a savage right now.
Yeah, knocking everybody out, smashing everybody.
Yeah, picking up cars, throwing them.
Next, Captain America. Who you got?
Conor McGregor.
Oh shit!
I think he just the way he walks, bro. I can just picture him being a Captain America.
Yeah,
he's done some casting in video games and stuff, and I don't know, just the way he carries himself. I could see him being a Captain America for some reason. I think it'd be really funny.
Yeah, I tried to actually pick somebody who I thought would be like a good leader and like an American, and so I picked Stipe.
That's good.
He'd be a big ass Captain America.
Captain America, but
yeah,
he would be an awesome Captain America.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
So for Black Widow, I picked Holly Holm.
Okay.
I think Holly Holm would be a dope ass Black Widow.
Yeah, that's a good.
She's got the figure for it. She's got the She's definitely not as hot as Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
but,
not at all.
Who is though? When it comes to UFC fighters, there's not that many hot ones anyway. So I think she'd be a dope ass Black Widow. She's just a bad bitch, and I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I got Valentina Shevchenko.
Savage, yeah, that really is a good pick.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking about that, but part of me thought you were gonna pick something like that, and I was like, let's just go with Holly Holm.
Yeah.
She's a bad bitch. We'll do that. So number 4, fourth and final, Thor. I had Alexander Gustafsson.
Oh yeah, that's.
I think he'd be I was gonna do him as Captain America because I think he'd be a really cool Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like but then again, I was like, he's not American though.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think he'd be a dope ass Thor though.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I think I'd also do him as Thor.
Yeah, Gustafsson would be.
That's
dope.
a good pick. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my Iron Man in there since I thought about it.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of somebody who's very cerebral, like technical and cerebral.
Yeah.
I think Dominic Cruz.
True.
I don't know if anybody, like, when I think MMA and somebody who's like really cerebral and fighting, it's Dominic Cruz. That's my first.
Would be dope.
That's who I go to first every time.
I like this. I like this segment. It was fun.
Yeah.
It's fun, like just casting these different people as Avengers.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting little segment. I mean, we could do this about other things too,
Yeah, that's something we can mess around with and do more on. I think it's a really dope segment though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe we'll do another one next time or something. We'll think of some other things.
Yeah, if you have any ideas for like just cool segments like this, we're gonna switch it up every week, whether it's Mount Rushmore or just different little stuff. We're gonna continue to switch it up and try to have fun with this and entertain y'all, and hopefully y'all like that. And just try to give us some feedback, anybody out there, and we're gonna keep trying to have fun with it.
Yeah, for sure. We'll post these lists too, along with the pound for pound list.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, Untrained Experts, and Facebook. Maybe subscribe to us on iTunes. We're available on every platform. So
YouTube as well.
Any little help, we're on YouTube as well. Any little help is appreciated. So we're trying to continue to grow and get out there. But I guess that's about it.
I think that's all we got, man.
Really appreciate it, guys. We'll see y'all next week.
All right, peace.
Peace.